He began life as a Scooby-Doo villain. And he would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those pesky kids and that damn dog. Now, he's a guy on the radio, live from Hollywood. It's the Craig Ferguson Show.
Bonsoir, mes amis! Bienvenue le Craig Ferguson Show avec moi, Craig Ferguson, et mon ami Malibu Joseph Bulter. Bonsoir, Joseph.
Bonsoir, Craig.
Yes, that's enough. Hello, everyone. We're not coming from Hollywood, California today.
Yeah, spoiler.
No, we're in New York City.
For the whole week we've been here.
We've been here the whole week, and we're going to be here next week as well. And I bought a Yankees hat today, which proves I'm now a native.
It took 5 days.
Or a tourist. It proves I'm a tourist. Because it took me 5 days. Well, there's a Yankees hat store.
They just sell Yankees hats.
Well, actually, the Yankees store is right next to the Sirius building, and I went out and I saw the Yankees store, and I thought, I'll have some of that.
Well, what Craig hasn't told you, he's wearing the full baseball uniform with cleats and everything
from
right
the
now.
1920s.
Yeah,
I'm
so
wearing
nice.
the 1920s rig. So I'm working on a musical. Yeah, no, I think a little bit. What's going on with you, Joe? Are you enjoying your time in New York?
It's been wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like walking around. You hear things.
What did you hear? Do you know what I saw? I saw the other day. This is true. This is so New York. You were with me. We were walking home. Oh no, you weren't with me.
Oh.
I was walking home with my family. It was we were coming back from Hamilton.
Yeah.
And we saw a disused toilet in the street.
Oh.
Did I tell you about this?
No.
Like a toilet bowl, like in the street.
Okay.
Like just an old, like derelict toilet bowl.
Just sitting there.
Right, and in it, a poo.
No.
Yeah.
So
an actual, I imagine somebody passing saw carpe diem'd, as it were. And
that's so sweet though. Some people
in a way,
it
wasn't like I had the kids with me. They were like, "Oh no!" And it's bad. It was bad.
Well, I like the fact that someone didn't see garbage. They saw an opportunity to go to the bathroom. It's beautiful.
You know what? You're an optimistic guy. I think that's good. We've got guests today.
Yes, we do.
Who are the guests today?
Well, we have David Itzkoff of the
New York Times.
New York Times.
Well, no, we're going to have to up our game then. But do you think we've become Hollywood elites since we came to New York? Paradoxically, like we've become kind of show business elites.
Oh yeah, like with the literati.
Yeah,
kind of,
with like the New York Times. Dave's on the New York Times. He'll come in here. He's probably going to be wearing a fedora.
Yeah, I believe he graduated from Princeton too.
Stop
so he
it!
has
Really?
That. Yeah.
No. Well, if he's wearing a fedora, I'm going to wear my Yankees hat. Are you going for the hair that you?
Yeah, I don't really have a choice on the matter. But we have to wear these winter hats here, right? Because it gets cold.
It gets cold.
And my hair, it just does terrible things. It stands up. I look like
if you want to talk about Joe's hair, call us at what is it? 1-800-mattress?
Pretty close. 1-844-5-GREATS.
Yeah, give us a call. Let us know how you're doing. I feel like we flew over our friends, the truckers, on the way here.
Yes, we did.
And I feel like I don't want them to think we're flyover people.
No, we're not flyover. We would have taken a truck, but we just needed to get here a little bit.
We wanted to take a truck.
Yeah.
We wanted to travel from Hollywood to New York by truck, hitchhiking.
Oh, yeah, because truckers pick up hitchhikers.
Sometimes they do.
Just for a friend.
Only see when you drive near a prison and it says "Don't stop for hitchhikers."
That weirds me. On the way out of California on the 10, it was the first time I saw it. It scared me.
Don't stop for hitchhikers. I'm like, well, I wasn't going to anyway. But now you're scaring me.
They're scaring you because it's also kind of like admitting, okay, sure, people escape every now and then.
It happens.
And so we don't want responsibility, so don't pick them up.
Well, I mean, how serious can you be about escaping from prison if you're hitchhiking? You're not really throwing yourself into it. Like, if you're standing by the side of the road wearing an orange jumpsuit and, leg manacles.
Leg manacles?
Manacles, yeah. Or barnacles, leg barnacles. What are they called?
Oh.
Shackles.
I'm thinking...
Shekels? I don't know. What, you're Jewish. What are they?
They're definitely not shekels.
Yeah.
I do like... I'm going to look this up. Leg manacles?
Leg manacles or legicles, maybe, or cuticles. I don't know. Anyway, look, if you're standing at the side of the road wearing orange, it's going to... it's a giveaway. People know you've escaped from prison, unless it's a prank. See, that's how you get away with anything now. If you want to do anything evil, you just say after it, oh, it's just a prank.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
if
true.
like you running a bank with a gun and say give us all the money, and then you get caught, you go it was a prank.
Just a prank.
It was high spirits. It was high jinks.
Hijinks.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What are they called? Did you look it up?
Well, it looks like leg cuffs.
Leg cuffs.
It keeps auto-correcting. I do leg manacles, and it's suggesting I meant leg shackles.
You need to get a new computer.
Yeah, you think it's the computer's fault?
Your computer's out of whack there. It's out of whack. Call us with your ideas for Joe's new computer. It's what is it? 1-800-MESSAGE?
1-8445-GREATS, which is 844-547-3287.
Yeah, we've met a lot of the serious people when we've been here in New York as well. Because we've got serious people coming in today.
Yes, we do.
Like Dave Itzkoff is coming in from the New York Times.
Yes.
He's representing the New York Times.
That's a big deal. So he's the culture guy, right? He's like the culture.
Yeah, he's culture, and he's just very clever.
That's so. You know what? That's cool.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Just follow my lead. If anything gets too weird, just do a forward roll and throw it to a commercial.
And we get out.
Yeah.
Do we think we should be afraid of him?
Yeah, a little bit. Cautious. We should probably be cautious.
Well, I'm a subscriber where you pay the money to get the digital thing, so I'm hoping I get something in return.
I think legally he has to pleasure you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with his finger.
Because I got to be one.
Depends on if you went for the gold medal subscription.
No, I didn't. I went in between. I went.
All right, so he probably just has to kiss you or something.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, so who else is coming in?
Well, we have Raven Nikki Krieger.
Oh,
who is
Raven Simone?
It's very close to Raven Simone, kind of like our numbers close to 1-800-Mattress.
Right, okay.
She hosts a show on the Volume Channel 106. Let's be honest.
106 point what?
We don't have the points.
We don't have points in Sirius?
No. People are trying though.
I'm beginning to get a little disillusioned with this outfit.
Yeah, you want points.
Yeah, I want, what's our channel? 93.5?
Well, actually, rounding up, yes, we're 94.
But we don't get a point?
No point.
What's the point of being on radio if you don't get a point to say 94.7? That's the point of being on radio.
Wow, pun intended.
I think so. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, no, I don't. Sirius doesn't do points. There's no point.
Well,
system.
I think I got to talk to somebody.
Yeah. Well, we just
get me whoever's in charge. Get me Bob Sirius.
Bob Sirius.
Bob Sirius. That's who runs this joint, I think.
Yeah, and he married Patricia XM.
Oh, that's right.
So that's how they got the name.
It was the wedding of the year, wasn't it? All right, so 1-800-Mattress is what they're calling. Anybody call in with ideas about your hair, Joe?
Yeah, well, no, actually, I'm kind of offended. No one has anything to say about my hair, but Gabby from California said that teachers listen to the show too, Craig.
Teachers do listen to but did I say that they didn't?
Maybe I don't. Oh, I think truckers. She's maybe doing alphabetical. Teachers,
truckers. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just like I just don't want to forget about truckers. I mean, I feel sometimes that the trucking community is neglected by radio, which seems absurd to me, given that it's a huge part of who listens to radio is people in trucks.
Yes,
because they're not on Facebook.
No, they're not.
They're not on the YouPorn.
No, well,
they are on YouPorn a little bit.
Sure
yeah, they're on that, but only when they stop.
Yes.
And they're not on Twinkle.
Twinkle? Do you have your own app?
That's a new one, right? That's a new one, Twinkle.
Is it for people that want to pee on people?
No, what it is, it's a new with 140 characters of less. Dating app that involves a photograph of you tinkling.
Oh, so you don't pee on the person, you just have to show yourself tinkling.
Twinkling.
Oh, wait, and what is a twinkle?
It's like it's the name of the app. What's a Twitter? What's a Tinder?
What's a Tinder?
What's your one that you like? Grindr? That's the one you like.
That's not the one I like.
Well, what one's Grindr? That's the one where you get home improvement, like guys swap home improvement tips.
Well, they're swapping tips, all right, but not home improvement, I don't think.
Oh, well, okay. So Grindr and Twinkle and Bobcat is another one.
Bobcat, yeah, for cats.
Yeah, that's for cats. That's where you get cats. Is that somebody on the phone? Yeah, Dan's on the phone taking calls.
Well, which is so nice about being in New York is we're right with Dan.
We're actually in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
Wow.
You know what that's from?
No.
That's from Hamilton. I went to see it.
You keep bringing up that you've seen Hamilton.
I want to be in the room where it happens, room where it happens.
And what is it?
Well, it's that's part of it. It's something to do with like laws and stuff, but but now to annoy the kids every time I have to go to the bathroom in the house, I say, I'm going to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. They're like, Dad, stop wasting Hamilton for us. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it 'cause it's my job.
That's good. That's
As
a really
father.
good. I gotta say, that's a really good dad bit.
It's a dad
I'm proud
thing.
Of you.
I've noticed that everything I do is kind of dad-ish. I say things over and over again until I break people down, and I pun. That's pretty much dad humor, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, and I like that. I'm way into dad humor.
Well, you just do what you know.
Well, I don't have any kids, but I feel like I do right now because there's a baby in the room next door. No joke.
Really?
That like wakes up crying throughout the night, so I like get up with the baby.
Have you seen the baby? Have you like gone through and asked to see if they can?
You think I should like take a shift offer? Be like, all right, when the baby wakes up at 2 a.m.,
Well,
I'll come in. And
you could say,
for
hey,
feeding.
look, your kid is waking me up. It would really help if I could put a face to the noise.
Oh, that's true. Like if it wasn't a cute baby, maybe I'd be more angry.
Yeah, you could be angry, or maybe they could FaceTime you when the baby wakes up and say, hey, this is the baby. Can you tell a story? Because I used to, when I was on tour,
Yeah.
I would, tell stories to the kids down the phone, but there wasn't FaceTime then. So they didn't recognize me.
Oh, really? They just knew your voice.
Yeah, they thought I was, they would get frightened when I came home.
Who is this
They
man?
thought I was Santa.
Oh, that's nice. Well, kids love Santa.
They do. Yeah, they do. Hey, what's the thing about, like, you can tell your kids about Santa,
Uh-huh.
but, like because my kids go to kind of very, how do I put this, liberally arty schools?
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Right. So
schools,
they're
yeah.
like, oh no, they have to know about social injustice, and they have to know about, like, they're 6 years old, and they have to know about sexual things, and I'm like, well, then why are we telling them about Santa? Because, shouldn't they know about Santa? I mean, it seems like a double standard. That's all I'm saying.
That's true, yeah. Welcome to the real world should include the Santa thing.
Right, or not welcome to the real world because you're only 6 years old, so it's not really that important yet. It doesn't, do you want some candy?
Sure.
I'm not a stranger, I'm your father.
I gotta say, knowing Liam a little bit, it seems like he has been told a lot of things. Like, he knows stuff.
He does know stuff. Yeah. He'll punch you, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I had to stop. I was getting him boxing lessons, and I had to stop him getting boxing lessons because he was like, boom, he's quick.
He thought you were raising him to be like a street fighter?
It was a little bit Spartan. He was getting a little bit tough.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Did anyone call yet? Because I can't see the board.
Oh, yeah. I can see the board. Yeah, there's people have called. Well, Wendy, as a trucker from Washington, just calling to say hi.
Just calling to say hi. She's trucking. I wonder what she's hauling. Do you want to talk to her?
Yeah, but we haven't found out what anyone's calling in a long time, so maybe we do need to know.
What are they hauling? What's moving around the country?
That's a good call.
In fact, if you're a trucker and you're hauling an unusual load,
yes,
give us a call because we like to know. Remember when we got a chocolate tanker?
Yes.
That was exciting.
And we've had sand.
We've had sand. well, there's a lot of sand getting moving around, but I'm more interested in the more like who's got a flatbed full of feathers, or a shipping container full of sex toys.
Wow. Now the feather would be an interesting one because that's a light load, right?
No, it depends how
many feathers?
Yeah, I mean, if it's one feather, it seems like a ridiculous waste of a big rig.
Sure.
To travel. I say, you notice how I just dropped that in? Big rig.
Yeah, you know all the terms.
I know the terms. Big rig, 18-wheeler.
We asked Sirius about the truckers, and they're like, "Oh, we have trucker channels."
Do they? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe that's where the truckers are. Maybe that's what they're listening to right
I can't
now.
remember what they were.
I wonder what happens on the trucker channel.
They just give trucking advice?
Yeah, well, look out for the road.
Look out for
that. I think that I want to know what the most unusual load traveling across America is today. Unusual or embarrassing loads. What would a trucker consider an embarrassing load? Like, you wouldn't, if you stopped at a truck stop, you say you wouldn't want to tell anyone.
Oh, that,
You know
I
what I
wonder
mean?
if that happens.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. They're like, oh, I'm hauling, fake penises.
So they tell him, like, oh, it's knives.
I've just got knives. Or I wonder if you're totally, it doesn't matter. You're not in any way connected to what you're hauling.
Yeah, but you go out and everyone's walking to theirs and they see a bunch of penises in the back of yours. That's got to be embarrassing.
No, sometimes you just see that on truck stops anyway. It's nothing to do with the load. It's just penises.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, people just stand around with them out. It's part of the trucker code.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you just stand around.
Be free with your load.
Well,
free with your penis.
what happens is, sometimes out there across the country on the plains when the wind's blowing through, you've been sitting in the truck all day, you get kind of, get kind of stuffy.
Yes.
So you get out in the road there and just take your pants down.
Yeah, and I'm sure ladies have their equivalent. They probably.
Well, of course they have their equivalent. They're called pants, Joe.
Oh no, I meant like maybe they let their breasts out.
No, I think it's all downstairs.
It's all downstairs.
Well, maybe their breasts too.
Someone called in and said that manacle was right.
Oh, right.
So and we don't want to take that call because that person.
That could be a hitchhiker near a prison. Saying, "Hey, come and get me."
Okay, here's the weird one. Matt
What?
from New Jersey is hauling a truckload of dead pets.
I don't think I want it. That's too sad.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Clark from Ontario is trying to break a world record, whatever that means.
Well, I think we got to find out.
Do you think it involves trucking?
Look, there's one way to find out, Joe. We'll just ask him.
Should we talk to Clark?
Yeah, let's get him on the line. Clark, are you there?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, Clark, what's up? Where are you? What's going on? What's the world record thing?
Yeah, okay, so we're in Stouffville, Ontario. I guess it's about 45 minutes to an hour north of Toronto.
Is that like 45 clicks?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see what I did?
45 minutes, but yeah, I would say it's about 80 clicks.
80 clicks. Oh, right.
Wow, he knows his clicks.
He knows his clicks. You know the clicks. Did you see
I know my clicks.
All right, so what are you doing there 80 clicks north of the old T dot? See, I know all this stuff.
You're good.
The
What?
6, right? So, yeah, we're going 16 days, 24 hours a day for the Guinness World Records longest concert by multiple artists.
Oh.
But we're also using the opportunity because we're a small town. We got 16 charities involved. Each day we got a new charity going on. We just raised close to $10,000 for Habitat for Humanity yesterday.
Yeah, look at that. Look at you. That's fantastic.
That's great.
Is it
Yeah,
indoors
you know
or
what?
outdoors? Is it indoor concert or an outdoor concert?
It's indoor concert.
And people are there like 24/7, like catching
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah, you got it. So we need to have a minimum of 10 people in the audience at all times.
Oh, right.
So that makes it a bit tricky. But honestly, the overnights, we have 30 to 40 people there overnight. We keep
these
the coffee
people-
going. We make sure there's food.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So they're basically you're a homeless shelter with entertainment.
Yeah.
What's the name of the town again?
Stouffville. Stouffville.
All right. Well, if you're in, thanks for calling in. Thank you. So if anyone's listening in there, within 80 clicks.
Yeah, within
See, that's how I say it, because we went to see the King Kong movie.
Yes.
And people say, oh, it's 10 clicks north.
Oh man, was that not a good movie?
It was not a good movie. I want to go and see Logan.
I've seen it. I really like.
You like that movie?
Yeah.
Does anyone talk about clicks?
I don't remember any clicking.
Yeah, I like Hugh Jackman.
He's great.
Isn't it great that he's got those hands?
Yes, he does.
But
Those
he
are really
hosted-
his. Those aren't CGI.
No, that's really his hands. He's Australian.
Oh, that's right.
Right, so they
that.
have that. And they have hands that just explode with spikes. You need to in Australia. They've got spiders down there that if you're taking a poo, the spider will crawl in your bunghole.
Oh, wow.
Lay eggs, and then you poop deadly spiders for about a month.
Well, that's a cool, like, X-Men superpower.
Kind of, yeah. But that's what happens. It's like, but you got to be careful because there's crocodiles there.
Sure.
They've got a tiny crocodile there. When you're having a poop,
Oh, no.
the crocodile calls in your bumby, and then you poop crocodiles, tiny little crocodiles.
Well, it sounds bad at first, but then you learn to love it.
Well, it depends how bitey they are on the way out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator? If you know the answer to that, call us 1-800. Is 1-800 mattress?
It's pretty close. It's 844-547-3287. But I appreciate that you've taken away my need to look it up. If we have a question, you just say, hey, call in with the answer.
You Google too much, and what's happening is you're removing a sense of community from the world. Why not share information by talking to people who may also not know the answer but are willing to make it up?
Oh, there you go.
You see?
Yes.
Like the news.
Yes.
So, that's why I consider this a news channel.
Sure.
Because today we've learned that in Australia, people have got hands that explode into swords.
Yes.
And there's a spider that crawls in your bumby. You poop out spiders. Crocodiles crawl in your bumby, poop out crocodiles. Probably. That's how kangaroos evolved.
Out of butts.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, I'm just trying to get that visual. Now, do kangaroos also come out of people's bottoms?
I think everything pretty much in Australia comes out of your
Oh,
butt.
because they're on the other side of the...
Because they're in the other side. That's right.
Yeah, it comes out.
Did anyone call in with an unusual load?
Well, I saw it up there, but someone was doing KY jelly KY lubricant and jelly.
Lubricant and jelly?
Which
jelly...
I think that's what it is, right? Isn't that what they call the lubricants?
Oh, I thought it was like KY and also stuff to put on your toast.
No, you don't. That would be a bad idea, probably, because you might mix it up, and all of a sudden you're putting that kind
lubricant on your toast.
Lubricant on your toast
goes down smooth.
And wow, most embarrassing load is a load in the trucker pants, is what Lydia said.
Oh, I see what you say. Because you're carrying a load, but it's in your pants, so you pooped yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Or in Australia, that's known as a spider.
If you poop yourself in Australia, it sounds like you could kill yourself.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Australia is a very dangerous place.
Yes.
You know, well, you got the kangaroos and the koala bears, wolves,
what are they called?
Dingoes.
Dingoes,
yeah. You've got the redback spider, you got the funnelback spider, you've got the black twisters.
Black twisters, yeah.
Yeah, you got the spin thrusters.
And the sharks, they're dangerous, right?
Right, you got the great whites, the great blacks, there's just everything out there. It's not a place people really should be.
Oh, but is this true that it was like a prison?
It was a penis colony at one point.
Penis colony?
Penal colony. Penal colony. Okay. It might have been a penis colony as well.
There are probably parts of Australia that are penis colonies.
Sure, yeah. Oxford Street in Sydney.
Oh, well, you know the street.
I heard from a friend.
You've been to penis colony.
Sure, yeah. Oxford Street in Sydney.
So a penal colony, they send it from England? They send prisoners?
Yeah, they used to send people to Australia. They'd be like, hey, get right, you stole that a bit of bread. Off you get to Australia. They'd be like, no, I don't want to go. They go, yes, you have to go. And then they went to Australia and they went, crikey, it's nice here. I think I'll stay.
Oh, wow.
Their accent changed just ever so slightly on the way.
And that's a long journey, right? From
by truck? Very long time.
Do they truck there?
Yeah, they tell you you truck all the way to Australia.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Good.
Yeah. Good times. Who called in with an embarrassing load?
Okay, we have... people are calling in about this crocodile alligator thing.
Oh, well, let's take a call then. Come on.
So we have a few calls about it.
Yeah.
I'll give you the names of people, right? This is a blind test.
Okay, give me the names.
George in California, we got Nigel in California, and we got Anita in North Carolina.
Yeah.
All calling about the difference between crocs and gators.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to be correct, though.
Oh,
that's my worry is that these are going to be reasonable explanations.
Yeah, well, then we have Sean in Arkansas who can describe an embarrassing load.
Okay, let's go to Sean in Arkansas. Sean, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Sean. How are you tonight?
I'm very good, Mr. Ferguson. How are you?
Good. Do you mind if I do a creepy voice to you, Sean?
Does not bother me one bit.
I've decided to do a Bond villain voice with you, Sean. Does that excite you?
No.
All right. Okay, so what's an embarrassing load, Sean? What would be an embarrassing... Are you a trucker, Sean? Let me ask you that. Are you qualified to give this answer? Okay.
I am a truck driver. I have been for a few years now.
All right. Now, are you hauling right now?
I am currently hauling. I'm heading down to Texas.
Okay. Now, what are you hauling at the moment?
Currently I am hauling car parts.
All right, car parts.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to show up at the stop with.
Yep, good car parts all the way down.
Carburetors and shit.
Yep, carburetors and all that. So what's an embarrassing load then, Sean?
Well, I wouldn't admit this otherwise, but it was one of my own loads. It was about 2 months ago. I picked up down in South Texas. It was a load of mannequins.
Oh, that's really creepy.
Yeah, that must have been... Did it freak you out? Did you have to load them up?
No, I didn't have to load them, but I did have to unload them, and that's not the weird part about the load. The weird part was that they were in very strange positions, not like what you would see in a clothing store.
Well, where were you unloading them? I mean, what were they for? Who needed these pervy mannequins?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you because I unloaded at distribution centers.
Oh, of course, and then someone comes to pick them up. Yeah.
And the worst part about the load was that not only did I have to unload the ones that I had, I had to dispose of old ones that they were putting back on my trailer.
What? So you had to go to like a place where you would normally dump a body and dump like if you were a murderer, which of course you're not. But
if it was mafioso, maybe. But
right.
no, these are just hard plastic mannequins. So yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Thanks for calling in, Sean. Thank you. Thank you for talking to us.
Now, that was interesting.
That was.
Was he implying that when they went in, they were in normal positions, but when he took them out,
I think that's what it was. It was like at night at the museum, you know that movie?
Yes.
Except the mannequins all went nuts and had an orgy in the back of a big rig.
I guess they're all naked. They wake up, but they're thinking, what else are we supposed to do, right?
Yeah, well, they don't wake up, though. They're mannequins.
Oh, okay. That's the essential part of the story.
Well, there's that Kraftwerk song, though. We are the showroom dummies. We break the glass and we come out into the street. And we walk there, the showroom dummies. And we get into the truck and go nuts and have sexy times. We're the showroom dummies. You never heard that song?
No, are those all the lyrics?
Yeah, that's the actual lyrics. We are in a truck going down to Arkansas. We are the showroom dummies.
It seemed to have been written for this moment.
I know. Sean is driving us down there.
Wow.
I've got my plastic finger in your plastic bottom. Showroom
It doesn't
dummies.
sound as dirty since the finger and the bottom were plastic.
Both plastic, yeah. No, everything's wipeable.
Whoa, is that your book?
Yeah. Everything's wipeable.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be a good book, wouldn't it?
It would be. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we got a time for a break, and I've got to be honest, I got some nuts for nuts that I'm coughing up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I did notice you coughing up. You've been buying the nuts for nuts on the street?
God, I can't stop. They're so good.
They are good. That's what you can't. You buy nuts on the street in Los Angeles. They're much saltier.
Yes, they are.
They're much saltier.
There's not even a cart. It's just the guy.
And if you crunch them, look out. You're looking at a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with... Who are we back with?
We're back with David Itzkoff.
From the New York Times?
New York Times.
All right, then. If you've ever felt like you've had to choose between getting new blinds or holding on to your life... You like the way I'm doing this?
Oh, yeah, it's sexy.
This is good. It's like a Bond villain. I'm going to keep going like this. If you've ever felt like you've had to choose between getting new blinds or holding on to your life savings, those fears end now.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks to SelectBlinds.com. Select Blinds won't gouge you like those big greedy blind corporations. Their loyal customers seem to agree. Just check out with over 170,000 five-star reviews on their site. With Select Blinds, do-it-yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. In fact, if you can hang a picture, you can hang your own blinds.
Oh.
Yeah. And for added peace of mind, their specialists will walk you through how to measure, choose, and install your new window coverings. Choose from a selection of high-quality custom blinds, shades, and drapes. They've served over 1 million happy customers. Why not be one of them? SelectBlinds.com really is the simple and smart way to get blinds. Shop today at SelectBlinds.com, mention our show at the checkout, and get a sample swatch of the room-darkening blind or shade of your choice. Absolutely free! SelectBlinds.com. SelectBlinds.com.
It's the Craig Ferguson Show on Sirius XM Comedy Greats.
That's how you sell a goddamn blind man. There. You hear that? Like, people who didn't even want blinds are like, you know what this truck needs?
For their truck.
Yeah, we need blinds in this truck. Because I've been hauling, I got this mannequin that's left over from a load that I took down.
So the guy took the mannequin.
I take a sexy mannequin. If I was hauling a load of mannequins in my truck, I'd keep one aside I'd skim a mannequin off.
For your passenger seat.
For my passenger seat so I could go in the carpool lane. Mm-hmm. And also to pleasure me on those long, slow nights across the desert.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how much pleasuring a mannequin could do. You might have to be involved.
You don't know how I like it. I like it still.
Goodness.
I'm one of you never. That's a sexual perversion. Not perversion. It's not perversion. That sounds judgmental. It's
predilection
a thing.
Or something.
Predilection. Yeah, it's what I like to keep very, very still. Like make contact, not move. It's thrilling.
And you can reach satisfaction from that.
Well, let's ask Dave Itzkoff of the New York Times.
The expert on that.
What an introduction.
Yeah,
I'm so
Dave.
grateful. Hi.
You know what? I think every time I talk to you, Dave, I always say Dave Itzkoff of the New York Times, which I think probably is unfair because you are a human in your own right.
But I'm desperately riding the coattails of my institution. I would be nothing without it. So I think that's totally fair.
I don't think that's true. I think they need you more than you need them.
The New York Times featuring Dave Itzkoff?
Or what about this? Dave Itzkoff's New York Times.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
I don't think the Salzburger family would be too happy about that.
What do these people have over you? Well, come on, the Salzburgers? It's over for them.
No. Just my annual salary, benefits, the livelihood of my family.
No.
Nothing more than that.
Come on. You'd be able to handle it. Like, if you went off and did a blog, that would be, the money. You would get advertising from selectblinds.com. I think almost certainly.
We got a hook up there, yeah.
The problem is I would be spending all that money on the blinds. So it would be...
who could blame you?
Yeah.
I mean, those blinds, damn.
Room darkening, right?
Yeah, and they have the ones of your choice. It's not like you don't go in there and go, have you got any blinds? And they go, take these, that's all you get. You can get anything you want. You can get any, and you don't even have to go anywhere. It's .com. It's .com. Jeez, you can just it's point and click, and there's blinds in your house. What more do you want?
Man, you want to write, you got to get the room dark before you could really get in the mood to write.
Yeah, that's you know it.
Blinds
Do
on.
you have to have the room dark before you write, Dave Itzkoff of the New York Times, to give you your full title?
We have these mechanical blinds in the office that just kind of operate. It's like it's supposed to be sun sensitive, but
you liberal elites with your sun-sensitive blinds.
Yeah.
God, lording it over people with just like things that go.
I know. Well, when you say it like that, it does sound a little fancy, a little snobbish.
A little bit. You gotta remember, there's more than just. What street is the New York Times on?
Well, we are between 40th and 41st Streets on 8th Avenue.
Well, there's more than just 8th Avenue in the world.
There's 7th, there's 9th.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Are you from around these parts?
Yeah, I grew up in New York City, in Manhattan, not too far from the United Nations.
That's kind of nice.
The main streets,
cool.
In the mid '70s, I got my first fake ID in Times Square when that was all I had to offer.
Remember the old Times Square? Hey, I heard. You know David Simon and did The Wire?
Oh, sure.
David is working on a show.
Right, The Deuce.
The Deuce, where it's 42nd Street at that time.
That's so cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That would be very... I mean, I remember the first time I came to New York, going into a peep show and standing...
Next to David Simon?
No. I think it might have been this. It certainly was the first time, maybe the only time, if I'm honest, that I've seen an other man's ejaculate.
Oh, no!
I saw...
Oh, no!
I stood on it.
As far as you know.
Yeah, and I've seen it in movies.
Right. Sure, you mean real life? 3D up close.
But I actually stood in it and I thought, I've stood in something, and I went, oh my lord.
It's
it was some business on the floor. And that was when it was peep shows, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to them when you were a teenager?
No.
Come on.
It's so strange. I mean, I was, in a way, I was very courageous in certain ways and very timid in other ways. And I had, at age 13 or 14, I had freedom from my parents to just, they didn't mind if I walked the streets and went to places like Times Square. I remember I had to go to CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago. I had to get a fake ID that said that I was 18. I didn't even get one that said that I was 21, just that I was 18.
Well, wait, what age were you when you went to Chicago?
That was like age 13.
Well, you can't travel to Chicago on your own at age 13.
My parents were fine with it.
I think your parents were dealing with other issues.
Well, you're aware of that. Yes. Anything that got me out of the house, I think. And it was just to go look at video games. It wasn't, that's what I was going to the Consumer Electronics Show for. I mean, it was like the most benign trip. So here I am going into Times Square to get a fake ID so I can go to see a video game.
See video games?
A video game convention in Chicago.
What video games would you been into at the 1970s then? Mario, I guess?
Yeah, this is like, first generation Nintendo Entertainment System. So really, really...
Are you still a gamer?
I have a 2-year-old son now, so I'm kind of on pause, but I'm hoping that when he...
Oh, no, it's coming.
Yeah, when he he gets old enough, then I'm going to live vicariously through his gaming habit.
You will go back to all of the things. I'm now playing Zelda again.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, but this time on the Nintendo Switch.
I tried that in the Nintendo store here.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool because, when I started, I swear to God, this is true. When I was 13, you know what the video game was?
Oh, no, a potato.
It was a potato. It was two guys on a hillside throwing a potato at each other. That was a video game. Like, oh, I hit you with a potato. And then sometimes the potato would go, boop, 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 and then go back.
That's cool.
That's how you knew it was a video game. But, no, it was Pong. Just Pong, but with a potato.
Right.
And it was an actual Pong. It smelled bad. That was was why it was called Pong. And and then the winner gets to stand on ejaculate.
That's the winner.
Yeah.
I know. What is the second place? What is the runner-up?
Oh,
entitled
you don't
to?
want to be second place. If first place is standing on strange man's ejaculate.
Yeah.
But can I just ask, what's worse? You've probably stepped in dog poo before, right?
Many times,
Right.
yeah.
How do you rank them? Where do you?
Well,
put
it depends.
men's
Because,
ejaculate
here's
and
the
dog
thing. I have stood. I stood on another man's ejaculate in 42nd Street, but I was wearing footwear, and I've
poo? Okay,
right,
thank goodness.
right. But I have stood in dog poo in bare feet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I
Accidentally or deliberately?
Good question.
Well, it accidentally at first, but then it became a compulsion. But I have German Shepherds, and that's not a little poop. That's a giant. It's like a hobo that likes Guinness is in your yard. And is just going around, and I've stood in that stuff with bare feet. So I think probably if I had to stand in something in bare feet,
sure.
I think I'd go for dog poop.
Okay, good to know. I'm glad I asked you that with David Itzkoff.
Well, it's the New York Times. It's all the news that's fit to print.
Yeah.
See, that's
be a
what they say.
headline tomorrow.
Yes.
That's what they say. Maybe it's Do you write opinion pieces?
No. I mean, we're very binary in that way. So I'm a reporter,
Right.
a cultural reporter. So I don't even use adjectives or adverbs, just nouns and verbs.
But I think that I like the idea that you should, Dave, have an opinion column, because I know you a little bit and you've got very strong opinions about stuff.
I appreciate that. I understand sort of why there should be those kinds of dividing lines, and I think culturally, I'm grateful that I have the freedom to, for the most part, write about the things that interest me and in the fields of culture that appeal to me. So we're expressing taste in one way or another. We're telling you, pay attention to this. It's worth your time. But I appreciate your flattery.
It is flattery.
Yeah.
It is flattery. I just wonder if you were the guy that left that ejaculate.
Oh, wow.
Leaving me a
Mystery
message.
solved.
Yeah, that's right. It's like porn Cinderella. And whomsoever this DNA matches shall be my bride.
I was much too timid to misbehave like that in Times Square. And by the time I was old enough to really understand that it was all gone, Giuliani had swept through and turned everything into Broadway theaters. It was too late.
And it got digitized as well. Everything got digitized. I mean, back in the day, porn, perverts were hunter-gatherers going from place to place. And now you can just be at home.
Yeah.
Point and click. There's not even real porn anymore.
Oh.
There's like, that's a thing that's actually happening. The industry, there used to be an industry of pornography in Chatsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
in
right?
California. Yeah, it was a huge industry. Not just the porn, performers, I guess.
Yeah.
But like caterers and soundmen and technicians and
Writers, directors.
All the writers wanted to direct, the directors wanted to
always,
produce.
yeah. It's like, oh, can you get me another script? Why must the pizza always be delivered? Why a plumber? Why can't it be something else? But now, I think people are just so brazen. They just have sex, photograph it, put it online, and that's what people watch. So
there's no story anymore.
There's no job for the working stiff, as it were. So it's kind of different.
Wow. But that was the thing, right? When they started it, they were kind of masked as real movies, right? With a somewhat of a plot.
Look, I'm not an expert on this, but
Sure.
but I'm something of an expert on that. No, I think that's what they used to, like in the beginning, like. I
will say I wrote for New York Magazine a few years ago. I wrote a feature about Harry Reams, who was the lead in Deep Throat.
Right,
and
that was the one I was trying to think of, because Deep Throat actually had a plot line.
That was a real story,
which was quite interesting.
Right,
really?
The plot line is that this woman has her clitoris or clitoris. How do we pronounce it?
That's probably a New York Times.
Yeah, that's a New York Times question.
But I'm unfamiliar with the term. But
okay, all right.
It was at the electronics convention. They don't deal with that.
Exactly.
But this woman has her clitoris in her throat. So the only way she can experience sexual pleasure is the idea of the story is to have something in that touches the back of her throat that stimulates it. Like it's a sort of, it's
like Wolverine's with his blades on his hands.
Right, it's like it's like the Elephant Man, except it's Clitoris Throat Woman.
was the original title.
I think Clitoris Throat Woman was thrown out as being too involved.
Yeah, it was complicated.
Mouthful. But it actually, nobody even tries to do that now. You know, because who watches it all the way to the end? Do you know if you've got a part in a porn movie, you know what I'm saying? But if you have a role and you're not until like the last 10 minutes, no one's going to see your performance.
Oh, that's you get the script and you start scrolling. You better be in the first few pages.
You better be on before page 17 or it's over.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was that in your piece?
Well, what was so fascinating about Harry's career is that he was somebody who kind of fell into it sideways. He wasn't embarrassed to be doing it at the time. He seemed to genuinely believe that it was going to lead him to a more legitimate acting career. He says that he was supposed to play the role of the coach in Grease, and then they took the part away from him
because he was in porn.
Yeah, because they were casting him based on his sort of porn reputation, but at a certain point, I guess they got cold feet and realized actually it was a bad association for the movie to have.
Probably is if you're doing a high school romance movie musical for all the family. Like, let's get the guy from porn. That's probably not the way to go.
When that got back to Olivia Newton-John, she's
Australian. She was bitten by a spider, and the spiders flew out of her ass.
That's amazing.
But she recovered. She made a complete recovery.
Oh, good.
And
became a successful career.
That's really
huge. Yeah, it was. That was a thing that happened. I think that's why. Is she in Grease too? I don't know.
Not the sequel, only the first one.
And I think that was probably the reason why.
Wow.
Because of the spiders?
Yeah, she had ass spiders. And
no one would work with her.
No, that's
too dangerous. Can't be in a scene with her.
No. So do you enjoy the musicals? Do you go and see them? Have you seen Hamilton?
Sure, yeah. No, my wife is a musical theater actress and performer. She is in one right now.
What is she in?
She is in a musical called In Transit, which is the...
Is that the one about the transgender truckers?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
but that should be coming in next season.
Right.
Yeah, no, this is an a cappella musical about intersecting lives in New York City and people sort of at in their 20s and 30s and trying to kind of get their life together and all the changes in life that happen in
your 20s?
In your 20s to 30s.
Yeah, they do happen. Joe, you're in that period now. You're what, 32?
Yeah, I'm going through changes.
Yeah, you are.
Are you implying I should be in the musical?
I think maybe what I'm saying is that maybe Dave, who's an excellent writer, could write a musical about Joe.
Yeah, Malibu Joe.
Malibu Joe, the musical.
Oh, this sounds pretty good.
I like the sound of this. And it starts off as a dark scene with a young Scotsman walks on stage, gets hit by a rogue potato, stands in a man's ejaculate, and then we flash forward to the future. Well, who will save me from the sperm feet of Broadway?
I will.
Right, exactly. Malibu Joe shows up.
You don't even really need me for this.
Well,
I feel like it kind of writes itself. I've talked myself out of this job already.
Have you been to see Hamilton?
Yeah. No, we were very fortunate to get to see it during its Broadway preview process, so right before it opened. But there was already a great hubbub about it. We were supposed to see it, in fact, when it was off Broadway. We had tickets, and then something happened to my wife where a baby came out of her body.
Oh my Lord! So was she bitten by an Australian spider of some kind?
No, it was a more customary process.
On a gentleman's. Well, Certainly.
Yeah.
It's not really standing, but it's similar. It's closer to that. Probably.
Right. Okay. I think we've gone too personal with Dave's
That's
life. Now. I
okay.
think it's unfair to do this.
That's quite all right.
So what age is a daughter you got?
Son. He's
Son.
he just turned 2 in February.
Okay, so that's not bad.
No, he's excellent.
That's
it's a terrific
okay.
age.
Three I found they're very unreasonable.
Yeah, he's already pretty strong-willed, so I imagine it's only going to get more intense. But
they're okay, and you probably have more, right?
I don't know. We feel like we kind of won the lottery with the first one, and we don't necessarily want to.
You know what? Fair play to you. Fair play to you. That's the way to go. But you know what? They tend to become habitual. It's like tattoos.
Yeah.
You get one, and you think, well, that'll be fine, and then before you know it, you go 8.
Yeah, that's a big commitment. I feel like 8's a lot.
What,
right?
8 kids?
Yeah.
I've heard that 8 is enough.
Oh, hey, see, and that's the difference between the New York Times and you and me.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
That's the difference.
Wow.
Did you always want to work for the Times?
It's a funny thing. I mean, it was the kind of thing that when I was, first getting started in publishing, it didn't even seem attainable. It was such a kind of monolithic institution. You couldn't even imagine it having, doors on the building. How do people get in? How do they get out? Who works there? Are there human beings inside that office?
Yeah.
The paper just came out magically and kind of, fully formed. And so then to even be freelancing there a little bit in the early 2000s was just like unbelievable. I was like, how is this occurring? How is my name getting printed on that page? And now I go in every day. I'm very grateful to work there, but it's my job. It's just my job, and
it's very cool though.
Yeah,
it is so cool.
I mean, it's such an American institution. It's kind of like working at Mount Rushmore or something.
And
Right.
in the gift shop.
right. Even if you're just the guy that cleans the wax out of Teddy Roosevelt's ears,
right, exactly.
You're working at Mount Rushmore.
You're still there.
Yeah.
You're still part of American history, moving
Exactly.
it forward. Did you ever meet a guy called Max Frankel?
No, but I mean, of course, I know his.
Yeah,
his
Max
reputation.
Frankel. That's the guy.
Did you?
I never met Max Frankel. I know his son, David, but I've always wanted to meet Max, who is still, tooling around. He no longer edits the New York Times, but his tenure at the New York Times was remarkable.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was there during during Watergate, I think. And he was there, I think he cut his teeth on the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, wow.
And Mac, he's a very interesting guy. We should try and get him on the show. I wonder if he would come and talk to us. Not if we're talking about ejaculate lying in the street, he probably won't talk to us. But,
probably not a topic.
But his book, My Life at the Time, The Times of My Life at the Times, he's a Holocaust survivor.
Oh, wow.
So he was a kid in Germany when the Nazis took power, and then eventually, he comes here. He's an immigrant, a refugee. They used to call him. Actually,
oh yeah, we can't do that anymore.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of trouble with that right now. But he came here as a refugee, and or after the war, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember, but he certainly escaped from the Nazis with his mother, and he eventually became the editor of the New York Times.
Wow.
Yeah, and not on your first day. You don't go to Ellis Island and they say, "So, what do you fancy? New York Times?"
Wow, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish it were that easy for me. I wish that's it could.
At what point do you, if you're a journalist at the New York Times, you continue to get promoted? Eventually you would become an editor. You would no longer really write, right?
I think everybody, the institution is so different now, even in the 10 years that I have been there. I think that, the idea of trajectories, I'm sure there are some people that are oriented that way and have a specific goal in mind and want to be, in the Washington Bureau and writing about what's happening at the White House. And I don't know, I always liked popular culture and writing about film and television. I got to do that fairly quickly, and if I'm doing that, in another 20 years' time, I'd be totally satisfied.
That's great.
But I think just publishing in general, and especially the news media. It is evolving at such a exponential rate. It's so hard to say.
And what about your paper's relationship with the current president, which seems to be fractious, if you don't mind me saying so? You guys don't seem to be getting along.
It's such a funny thing. I don't have any direct involvement or contact.
He hasn't called you?
You know, it's funny. I did speak to him when he was still a candidate. We talked about comedians who impersonate him. It was right around the time of that Funny or Die movie with Johnny Depp impersonating him.
Yeah.
And he said he hadn't seen that, but he was very big on Daryl Hammond's impression of him on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, no, he spoke very approvingly of it. But I found him, at least as a candidate, I mean, he was savvy about being accessible to people. I think he knows at least how to modulate himself depending upon who his audience is, who he's speaking to.
Oh, I think that's a very accurate description. I met him years and years and years ago at the Drew Carey show.
Oh, right.
He was a guest on the Drew Carey show when I was playing Drew Carey's boss.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And he was wearing, he dressed exactly the same. He's like wearing the overcoat and the big red tie, and he was standing at the craft services table, and there was one cookie left, oatmeal raisin. And he took it.
No.
Yeah. I said, I was going to take that, and he went, you snooze, you lose, Junior.
Whoa.
And he
got bullied.
He ate the cookie. And I thought, if you ever run. No, I think what we did is we actually did that very polite thing of go, you take it, no, you take it, no, you take it, no, you take it. And then the cookie just rotted away and nobody took it.
Oh.
I know.
You think he still thinks about it?
I think probably he's got other things on his mind, but every now and again on a dark night he goes, what happened to that guy and that cookie? I mean, it wasn't a contentious meeting. It wasn't, we didn't fight over the cookie. We both were polite gentlemen about it. He didn't take it. I didn't take it. I think probably what happened is Drew came along and took it.
Well,
that's usually what happened.
That was in his big days, right?
He was big then, yeah. He's not big now. I don't know. He comes and goes. He's a bit like White Oprah.
Well, I'm sure half of David's career is keeping track of Drew Carey's size at this point.
That's what, if you're doing cultural reporting at the New York Times, you're going to be watching Drew Carey's weight.
That's like the weather report.
Yeah. What's the situation at the moment? Well, we got a sandwich moving in from the east. We got a whole kind of a potluck thing developing.
What I like on the New York Times, I don't know if it's new, but I just discovered it, is you guys have a thing where it says what to watch. Because I can never figure out what to watch, and it just tells you. It's like, these are the things that are online to watch.
Like on TV or?
TV and
movies
that are streaming.
On streaming and stuff. Yeah,
it's just called watching.
Watching, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You trust the New York Times, Joe, to make up your mind about that?
They give you a little paragraph that tells you about it, and you just go through. Because come on, it's Friday night. You don't know what to watch.
You're one of them goddamn liberal elites.
Yeah, they're all really sad documentaries.
Yeah, it's another documentary about puppies.
And they're all foreign films.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's cool stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
How do you Craig, how do you figure out what to watch? Your wife tells you.
I watch costume dramas from the BBC that my wife is interested in. Which, if you were married, Joe, that's exactly what you would watch as well. Dave, what do you watch in your house?
Literally, when I get home from the studio tonight, I'm going to watch Bill Maher.
All right, okay.
That I think will be it'll
be lively.
Yeah, it'll be contentious. It'll be a good night for topical comedy.
Do you know Bill has really carved a place for himself?
Absolutely,
he really has.
And just even this past season, I think it's kind of reinvented itself, or gotten a little bit more down and dirty, down in the trenches.
It's energized Stephen Colbert as well.
Absolutely.
I think. Yeah, Stephen's really come into his own as well. I think he was kind of floundering a bit in the last days of the Obama administration, but he seems to be seems to have found something to talk about.
I think when you have a nemesis, it's sort of even if it's a one-way kind of relationship, it does tend to focus people.
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting situation that the broadcast companies find themselves in, because they're by their very nature they're meant to be.
Exactly.
In fact, even legally, I think they're duty bound to give equal time and
right,
stuff.
Right.
But I can't think of Well, I guess on Fox, but they don't really have a late-night host.
No.
I can't think of a pro-Republican late-night host. I mean, Dennis Miller would be the closest thing, but Dennis hasn't done anything like that in years.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's such a strange thing because it is something that kind of evolved organically. Maybe I'm naive. I don't think the network sort of put their thumb on their scales and said, give us only liberal, left-leaning hosts. But that's, clearly what we've ended up with.
Well, I wonder even if there would be a market for that. I mean, you've got to figure that Fox, who don't even have a late night guy, to my knowledge, right? They don't. You've got to figure that if you put someone in there that was, it would be hard to find a comic who would, be able to sell a pro-Trump agenda. But it's possible. It's possible, and I wonder why they don't, because clearly there's enough people who would be happy to get into it.
Yeah, this is an argument I get into sometimes, and and I think I agree. There's a market. I don't think that the networks just de facto say we don't want conservative voices.
No, they want money. Listen, I know about the networks.
Right.
They don't care what you do and what you think. They want people to watch, and they want money.
Right. If they could find a talent who could, get them, 2 to 3 million people a night and just happen to be, right leaning instead of left leaning, I don't see what would stop them from signing that person up. But
we're going to talk more about that. Because that might be you, Joe. If we can convert you from, to be a little more,
go right.
Yeah, I think we have to make you go right.
Start reading Breitbart, get into InfoWars.
Oh my God!
See where it leads.
I can't imagine myself.
I think it could be a big career move for you, Joey.
Well, that's true. That's the question. Do you sell yourself out to?
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely.
Okay.
When you see those paychecks, I mean, get Craig to tell you about that.
I tell you, that late night.
Yeah.
Man, that's money. That's money. You will make so much money in late night that you could do a radio show afterwards and not even care what they pay you. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be right back.
The number 2 show. The number 2 show in the world. The number 2 show in the world. The Craig Ferguson Show, Sirius XM.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
A long time ago?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're like most Americans, there's a box in your closet of videotapes, films, and reels and photos and other things. It's too creepy.
Yeah, it sounds like it's scary stuff.
No, but if you are like most Americans, there is a box in your closet full of videotapes and films and reels and photos and stuff that don't get watched. Yep. And worse, they are deteriorating.
Oh, that's terrible. That's
right.
scary.
So introducing Legacy Box, a simple and affordable way to get your recorded moments digitally preserved on DVD or thumb drive.
Well, that's what you need.
That's what you want. Here's how it works. Simply load Legacy Box with your old tapes, films, pictures, and audio recordings and send it back. And you'll get them back in a couple of weeks on the DVD or a convenient thumb drive.
That's what I want.
Yeah. And they're ready to watch, to share, and relive. Legacy Box takes care of everything and provides updates at every step of the process. That's why over 250,000 families have used them. The Huffington Post, Parents Magazine, USA Today, and The View.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, The View are all talking about Legacy Box. And for a limited time, go to legacybox.com/greats to get a 40% discount on your order.
Oh, wow, you can't even handle it. You're getting emotional.
I'm so excited about this. It's like a moment that I want to preserve digitally. That's why legacybox.com/greats for 40% off. That's legacybox.com/greats.
It's the Craig Ferguson Show on Sirius XM. Comedy Greats.
Comedy Greats.
Comedy Greats.
We're very excited because not only today have we been joined by Malibu Joe Bolter, who's always here, of course, but Dave Itzkoff of the New York Times.
The culture.
The shimmering angel of the liberal elite.
Yes.
And we've now been joined by Raven Nikki. Is it Krieger? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me Raven.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Raven does the volume.
What a great radio voice.
Oh, very good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very good. Right? Raven you do the music channel here.
Yeah, well, it's music talk channel. And we talk about music all day, all night, and all genres, everything that you could possibly think of related to music.
Do you ever talk about late night music? Because we were just talking. I tell you why. Because we were just talking to Dave about the fact that there is no conservative late night host, and there kind of should be. Don't you think?
It does seem fair. I mean, just for the sake of balance.
Yeah, fair and balanced. There should be somebody who goes out there, wiggles their tie knot, and says, "How about those liberal elites, eh?" And then, and does funny stuff.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, and I mean, somebody that could, I think, especially for an audience right now, and a left-leaning audience, like, show them, what they don't understand about their own clan.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a case to be made for it. So if you are a young, right-leaning comedian, call us at 1-800-MATTRESS and see. I mean, I don't mean to get personal.
Well, no, I mean, like, if there were candidates out there to make the late night talk show host on the conservative end, who would your picks be? Like your top 3?
Well, Larry the Cable Guy, I guess. Could do it.
You think he's got the stamina for a nightly show? Though?
Yeah,
I mean,
you woke up, get her done. Yeah.
First late night host with cut-off shirts.
That's
which
right.
Is cool.
Get her done. I don't know. Why not?
Dennis Miller is really the only one I can think of.
Dennis could do it. Dennis actually could do it.
He's very funny.
He's very funny. He's very smart. He's a September 12th Republican, they call him, right? So he's like, have you ever met Dennis Miller?
No, well, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hang on, tell me all about it. Oh, okay. Well, you found out afterwards?
Yeah. No, I knew it was him. This is when, I guess when he hosted the MTV Music Awards, and that was quite some time ago, back in, I'd like to say 95, and the reason why I kind of met him is because at the time I was working for Michael Jackson, and I was his personal assistant, and that's when Mike opened up the show.
What?
So
Wait,
Dennis,
whoa. I feel the conversation is about to veer in a completely different direction. You were Michael Jackson's personal assistant?
I was.
Wow.
I was. I don't know. I just think it's common knowledge. I don't know that I work with Mike. So.
I didn't know about it.
Yes.
So I have a few questions.
Oh boy.
No,
okay.
I actually don't. I mean, I do. I have a lot of questions. But none of them appropriate, I think. Also, you probably signed a non-disclosure.
I did, but honestly, there's nothing to tell.
Wow.
There really isn't.
Was he good
and that's probably the most crazy reveal of it all.
Was he really good at dancing, or was that
You're
fake?
not the first person I've heard say that, actually.
I mean...
I talked to a guy who worked on one of the albums as an engineer. He's like, no, he's just a guy who came in and made his album, and that was it. He was like... He said he was... Was he tall?
Yeah, I mean, not like more than the average, but he, an easy 6-foot man.
Yeah, see, that's taller than I always thought of it, Little Michael, like, tweedly-dee-dee-dee-wee, but he's not.
His frame is small, he was very thin, but let me tell you something, we all know what a great dancer he was.
Yes.
You have no idea how good of a dancer he truly was. I mean, this man
even
was
better than we thought he was?
The things, I would see him, like, try out different dance moves for a routine. He would just toss them out, and I was like, that was awesome! What do you mean you're not going to use that?
Wow. See, I'm like that with Joe.
Yeah, we used to dance a lot on the late night show together.
Joe used to be the front end of the horse in the late night show.
Was that right?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, never mind your Michael Jackson story. I had no idea I was in the presence of greatness.
Comic royalty.
Yeah, a lot of dancing. We did dance a lot together, though. Only in costume, but yeah.
Only in costume. We've never... But that's I find that quite interesting. Maybe the horse could be the conservative late night host.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think that the horse could have been right-leaning.
It never came up, actually.
No.
How about Jeff?
Jeff, the skeleton robot. I don't know. I think that would be tricky because he's a gay skeleton robot. And whenever we got Josh Robert Thompson, who was the genius behind him, whenever we got any complaints about Jeff, it was usually from people who were worried that he was either gay or dead. They felt that it was either the corrupting their heterosexual children or frightening their easily frightened heterosexual children.
They were live children. They were afraid he was going to try to convert them to death.
Well, I think it was a choice anyway, or he was born that way or something. I don't know. It was it's a very odd thing.
It was.
But people we had to be very careful when we traveled as well, that because we went to other countries, sometimes having a gay robot skeleton, people didn't like that.
Oh no?
Yeah, you could get up. I'm talking about Scotland.
Yeah, it's illegal in Scotland.
Who's that skinny bastard over there? It's kind of a thing. Did you like Jeff?
I love Jeff.
I think everybody loved Jeff.
He was big with the ladies, even though he wasn't for the ladies. He was great.
I liked him because he started off as it was a Jungian construct. He was the mocking presence of death appearing as a sort of dreamlike entity, and then he just became my sidekick, which I think is a better way to go about it.
I loved Jeff in every way because it was just no one's ever actually had a sidekick like Jeff before, and it worked.
Yeah, it did. But, it's over now. Unless I convert to, real kind of right-wing Trumpian Republicanism and do a late night show.
So that could be you.
That could be me. I could be that guy.
Do you think you have that in you?
I couldn't follow any polemic in late night. The minute anyone agrees with me, I get upset.
Right.
I feel like whenever I get I used to get this with the Democrats as well. Whenever I felt that they were they felt I was on their side, I'd try and find a way not to be on their side. I'm too American for those assholes. So I kind of like, no, I gotta find a way to not be part of your gang.
Right.
Which I think ultimately works against you in late night television. I think you should probably find a gang and stick to it.
I think it was pretty rudderless for a while, and now, people have clearly been forced to kind of take sides, or the people who had positions, they've just been they've been made that much more clear.
Well, yeah, it's just they can't. You talk about what you know, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the people who seem a little bit more, on the fence, the people who don't want to express their politics, are the ones that are suffering at the moment.
A little bit, yeah, I guess. It'd be Jimmy Fallon and James Corden are both apolitical, I guess. Yeah,
I think James has a point of view. Certainly not just politically, but in a way. He was speaking about the London attacks on his show the other night.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's just his head, I think, is in all different places, and he's a citizen of the world in a sense, so that gives him a perspective too. But I think certainly somebody like Fallon, it's I think a tricky moment to navigate.
I think when he rubbed Trump's hair, people got very upset.
What I did like, though, and what I truly miss is something that's missing in late night now. I feel like late night kisses the popular opinion's ass.
It does.
And I'm so over that.
It does.
And
it
when
does.
and that's why I was such a fan of your late night show.
Well,
because
thanks.
You did not bow down to public opinion.
Well, here's the thing, though.
And it was honest.
It was, but I was very lucky. Something happened when I was doing late night. None of the other. It was a luxury. It was a lightning strike. And what happened was this: that in the 1990s, when Jay Leno and David Letterman were fighting for the Tonight Show.
Yeah, that was massive.
Right. In order to court David Letterman to go to CBS, Les Moonves, in a masterstroke, really, got him to go by giving him 2 hours of real estate, gave him the airtime, gave it to him. Not, just like, we'll pay you this amount of money, or he gave him the airtime to do whatever he wanted with. 2 hours between 11:30 and 1:30. So Dave owned my real estate. So I didn't really, I worked for CBS, but not really. And I worked for Dave, but not really. So I was just kind of in this black hole where no one really knew what to do with me, and no one could really fire me.
I was going to say, it gave you more freedom.
Right. So I could kind of do what I wanted, as long as I didn't go too far and have the cops after me, or the FCC as they're called. But as long as I kind of existed in that, just inside legality, I could get away with it. And that won't happen anymore.
No.
I don't think for the longest time CBS really knew I was there.
No, it didn't feel like it.
I got given this award in Canada once. It's the Peter Ustinov Award. And it's a very prestigious award, and I flew up there to get it, and CBS were there as well, because there was a lot of different awards getting given out. And I was there I was getting the big award. And CBS had a kind of a montage thing in the video presentation of all their shows that they were excited about, and I wasn't on it. And I was but I was getting the Irving P. Thalberg Award or something, and they didn't put me on. I was like, I'm on your network.
That's
and they were like,
brutal.
It was an oversight due to corporate.
Larry the Cable Guy was in charge.
Get her down. So it was kind of an interesting thing, but every late night host I talk to, they all feel the same way. They all feel they're overlooked. Every single one. Every single one.
But why do you think that's a reoccurring trend?
I think it's a personality disorder. I think they all feel they are put upon. There's a little. I mean, I felt it too. That kind of I don't get it as good as the other guy gets it. Everybody feels that way.
Do you miss it? Would you do it again?
No, I missed it for about half an hour when I heard Trump was running. I was like, oh my God. It's like, yeah. But then, as I watched the campaign unfold, because, I thought it would be like, when Dick Cheney shot his lawyer in the face, like it was a couple of days of just excellent fun. But it went on longer than that. And, and people get very angry and upset, and it's hard to negotiate that. It's like when mom and dad are fighting. You're like, I don't quite really know what to do here now.
Yeah.
So I don't miss it. I'm kind of glad not to be part of it. Plus, I think when Dave, announced that he was retiring, the game was over for me, because then if I stayed, I would have been working for CBS and I would have got shit canned. No doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. I would have been.
I don't know about that.
I was making way too much money by that point, because I've been there for too long. So I would either have to take a financial hit, or start letting those bastards that wouldn't even put me in the montage reel give me information about how to do the show. And I figured, now, cut and run, time to go.
So it was easy. It was easy for you to
it was
go.
time to go anyway. I mean, I really had enough. How long have you been doing your show here?
Well, Volumes, we just launched in October, but I've been with Sirius since 2005, so
that's
it's a long run. I was on Ozzy's Boneyard and the Pulse Channel, and, FM radio, too.
Yeah.
Doing some serious...
So FM radio is when you get the points, right?
Well, yeah, the ratings.
No, but you also go 95 points.
Oh, yeah.
See, I like all of that.
Yeah.
We should talk to Sirius, see if we can get you a point.
I want some points.
It's all digital. They can make it up for you.
They can make it up.
If you want a
94.7.
Yeah. Craig
The Crunch or something.
The Crunch.
Yeah, The Crunch. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Or what happened is, we were talking before you got here, Raven, about once when I was on 42nd Street, I stood on human ejaculate. Let's be honest, male human ejaculate on the street, and maybe ejaculate would be the name for it. 94.7 ejaculate.
Ejaculate.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Coming at you.
Coming at you.
Hey! There it is.
Yeah.
Also disgusting. I apologize.
No. So listen, on your channel, you, like Dave, when you cover something, you just choose whatever you want, right? You there's no real push from the...
It can go either way, but sometimes events sort of dictate. I mean, something happens in my neck of the woods.
You're sent to cover it.
Yeah, or just something bubbles up, and it's like, okay, this is for you to deal with. You figure out how you're going to make a story out of this. Start working the phone, start calling people, start emailing.
Right.
Make it happen.
So, but you most of the time are autonomous. Would it be fair to say that? Fairly autonomous?
Yeah. I mean, I have editors that I report to. I don't want to sell myself as just, I walk in and I say, okay, here's what's happening today in the New York Times. But, I mean, I have a little bit of...
you got some say in it.
Yeah.
But well, I'm trying to see if you've got the same Raven as you. Like, you can do any music you want?
Any music... I mean, we have to cover almost every piece of music that's out there as far as breaking news and topics of the day. And, we're not limited to covering genre.
So, like, if you wanted to do, like, Dixieland jazz...
Oh, yeah, we're going for it then.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
I hate Dixieland jazz.
Hate it?
I hate it.
I can imagine disliking it or even having no interest, but hating.
No, I hate it.
Were you once injured by a trombone?
I was given a rusty trombone at one point. on 42nd Street, I received a rusty trombone, which I have never recovered from.
And then you decided to hate all trombones.
No, I don't hate it. It's just it's not my
You're
favorite.
a brassicist. That's your problem.
I have trouble. Is there any area of music that you don't love?
Yeah.
Oh, she can't say. She can't
All right,
say.
so-
No, I don't
Is
mind
it smooth
talking.
jazz? Is it smooth jazz?
I would say, I mean, yesterday and even this morning, I was listening to The Girl from Ipanema, and I happen to like that song, you know.
Yeah.
So, and
Soft and sweet and young and love. I think it should be covered by Kraftwerk.
right?
Soft
Mix
and
it down.
sweet and young and lovely. The girl from Ipanema got walking, and when she's walking, the gentleman go, I think that must be lovely.
That's good. See, that can be on 94.7.
When she moves, it's like a samba. I think it's great. I'm in.
Oh,
Florian Schneider covers The Girl. So sorry, you were listening to The Girl from Ipanema. Yeah. And you don't like that?
no, I do love it, but some jazz could get like really inside baseball, and it loses me. But you know, I think I like a little bit of everything. And I'm a serious rocker chick. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
but-
I think I can tell. You have a certain ambiance, which suggests that you prefer music of the darker arts.
we were just talking about Bon Scott and AC/DC, and I'm a Bon Scott girl. You know, nothing to take away from Brian, but
No, you know what's funny though? I love British singers who sing like they're American bluesmen, but when you talk, like, if you heard Bonds, you talk like that. You talk like, well, you sure like that? And then it's like, well, how you doing, all right? It's very weird.
that is weird.
It's kind of great, though.
Why do British people sing with that sound American? What's that about?
Well, because rock and roll feels American.
Oh.
And so when you hear it, like, if you listen to, like, the Beatles even don't sound like the way they talk. Like John, I want to hold your hand. Nobody
Right.
sang like that because you can't sing it like that.
Wow.
So the only ones that sang like that were the Proclaimers. Remember
Oh,
that?
yes. Yes.
The 500 miles. But I can't think of I have heard English rappers that sound very English.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? The Street or something?
Yeah, the streets.
That's
yeah,
right, the Streets,
and
yeah.
P-pop, P-dot, something. There's a D-Lang. I don't know.
Katie Lang?
Katie Lang. Katie Lang, I'm pretty sure is
Not a British rapper?
Not a British rapper,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. You know, everybody moves around their genres, tries out different things.
what are you into?
I kind of love all of it, and it really it's a mood thing for me. What I've noticed though, as I hurtle into my dotage, that that all my music is kind of playlists. Like it's all. I don't seem to listen to albums so much anymore. Like I won't listen to.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think people
Like-
jump.
Like I don't listen to. I used to listen to an artist like you would listen to 5-6 songs in a row by an artist, but maybe the only one left I do that with is Iggy.
Okay.
Yeah, Azalea. No. The only one left is Iggy because there's something about Iggy that it transcends music for me. That's not really about. I mean, it's musical, of course, but it's more about fucking craziness.
Yeah.
That I just love the unhinged gorgeousness of it. I also, when I was 18 years old, I played drums for Nico.
Yes, I heard about your
yeah.
musical past.
Yeah, and Nico, who talked a little like my Kraftwerk impersonation, she would talk like this. And when I was drumming for her, I was very drunk all the time. I was very, very crazy and doing a lot of drugs and all sorts of nonsense that I don't do that, kids. And she said to me, one of the greatest badges of honor I have got in my life is that Nico said to me in a dressing room in
clearly be dead soon.
Oh my God!
And I'm
That's a
still
huge
here.
compliment.
Yeah, and so is Iggy.
Iggy's still here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Nico's gone, and Boy's gone, and Lou's gone, and I mean, it's like, if you'd have said Iggy would be last man standing, I'd have said you were out of your fucking mind.
No, it's going to be Keith.
You think it might be?
He'll outlive us all. He really will.
It might be Keith.
He'll be the last one sweeping up at the end of the night.
Well, you know the thing is about Keith, about Keith Richards. Do you ever meet him?
Yes,
He's tough.
he is.
He's a tough guy.
He's a man's man.
Yeah, he wasn't what I expected at all.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting an absolute train wreck of a stoner,
Right.
and that's not who he is at all.
I mean,
Let's not go crazy. But,
no, he's total stand-up guy. You know, he's not going to like throw you any kind of wind that's going to blow smoke in your eyes. That's for sure.
no, he's very interesting. I toured with the Rolling Stones for about 6 months because I was working on a screenplay for a movie that never got made with Mick Jagger. But so he had pulled me in to run around with it during the Bridges to Babylon tour.
Oh my God!
So I got to meet the band a little bit, and I obviously thought it would be like, I thought it was. I mean, I talked about this in stand-up. I thought it would be, Mick's band. It was like, because Mick's such a kind of bossy. You sit over there, and everyone, let's all wear hats, what we should do is all have a party. But Mick's not the boss of that band. He's kind of there, but. Everybody that I met that worked with the Rolling Stones, the roadies and the guitar techs and the just like the machinery of that tour, they all considered themselves employees really of Keith.
Really?
Yeah, that Keith was kind of the. Well, Keith, he's Diamond Geezer. He's a great bloke. He's the governor.
So he wears the pants in that
I
relationship.
think so, and I think what it is as well. That I get a very strong impression from Keith Richards that. All of the success and all of the world craziness of the Rolling Stones was a kind of a side issue for him. Like Mick Jagger, you get the sense that he just rolls around in it, rubbing his nipples with how famous he is. But it was like, it feels so nice. I'm so famous. I'm going to have another baby. But Keith, I feel like he would be doing what if no one paid him any money, he'd be playing a guitar in some shitty pub in the East End of London, doing exactly what he's doing now. Like all of the other parts of it are of no. He plays guitar, and he plays guitar in a band that are called the Rolling Stones, and that's what he does, and everything else is incidental. And I think the purity of that is beautiful. I loved Keith Richards.
I mean, you can't get any more rock and roll than that kind of attitude.
Yeah, right,
too.
exactly. I remember when on the Bridges to Babylon tour, he had met a harmonica player on the beach in Jamaica, and this guy was touring with him. He was like, hey, do you want to come on tour? Yeah, okay. And then off they went, and they were in this.
God.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Wow. What a charmed existence.
Yeah, it's weird. And then when
is that when the coconut hit Keith in the head?
It was around that time. Yeah, I think it was. But even then, a coconut that would have taken a normal person out.
Right.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
I live in Los Angeles. A palm tree's about, it's about 30 feet tall.
Oh yeah, that's
You get hit, that's the velocity of a coconut from the top of it. That's traveling. It's 30 feet. That's probably traveling approximately 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
that's
for
a
sure.
fucking coconut at 30 miles an hour. Hits you in the head. You're like, ow, van bagger. Ooh, hit me right on the head. Sure. Here, Mick, sing something for a minute. I don't know. I do are they creating legends like that in music now?
Well, that's a topic that's come up on the Volume channel, and we've asked, what band is going to carry the next legacy? And honestly, I don't know.
It's a crossover for you as well, David.
Yeah, no, I'm just racking my brains right now. I don't think it's going to be in what we consider, rock music. I don't think that's where it's happening. I mean, Beyonce obviously is an artist for the ages. We'll be talking about her in perpetuity, but obviously she doesn't come from a rock and roll idiom. I mean, Kanye West, he certainly got the attitude, and he's got that sort of self-invention, self-recreation kind of, sensibility. But again, and not what we'd call a rock artist per se.
I know, it's really odd. I don't know. Maybe I put this forward for us to think about in the impending commercial break, but maybe it is happening, but we wouldn't know about it yet. Because we're not close enough to that noise.
Is it that age thing,
it might be. There might be a club somewhere in downtown tonight where those motherfuckers are getting up and we're too old to go.
The scene.
Yeah.
The scene.
That kind of makes me quite excited to think that might be happening. And now I've decided that's what I'm going to do after the show. I'm going to go downtown and find where they are. And sign them to my label.
Yeah. It makes us sound desperate if we're just walking around.
Yeah,
where's the cool music at? We'd like to go see it.
Where are the cool kids going? We have to take a break because we're capitalists. We'll be right back.
It's the Craig Ferguson Show on Sirius XM Comedy Greats.
Very interesting conversation this evening, Malibu Joe Bolter, if you don't mind me saying so.
I'm learning a lot, too.
I'm learning a lot, because we're with Dave Itzkoff of the New York Times.
Yes.
And we're with Raven. We're just going to say Raven like Sting or Charo.
Yes.
That's usually par for the course.
Yeah, I think that just Raven. I've got a tattoo of a raven on my arm.
I know, that's pretty...
And David Itzkoff on your back.
David I really wished you hadn't brought that up.
It's so awkward. I'm the only one you told. It's really uncomfortable.
It's kind of weird. I was going to show you it after the show, Dave. Do you know what? I've got my name tattooed on Danny Bonaducci's ass, actually.
How did that happen?
Well, Danny was having a tough time in his life. You know Danny Bonaducci,
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Danny was having a tough time, and he and I would book him on the late night show when nobody else would book him, and he was grateful, so he got my name tattooed on his ass, which I never asked him for. But now, when he dies, I want that bit of skin.
That's a thing people
Pin
do,
it on the wall.
What, they give it back?
Well, no, didn't you know someone who does that, right?
Penn Jillette does that. He collects human tattoos.
I'm feeling just a little bit queasy, even if I thought of that.
I mean, I don't know Penn Jillette. I just saw a documentary where he keeps human tattoos. I'm a fucking vegan. I can't keep tattoos.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I could keep shavings, I suppose.
Sure.
I feel like are we getting city noise right now? Do you hear that, like, cool city siren going on?
That's the sound of the city.
We're in New York, everybody.
We're in New York, everybody. We're downtown, a band that none of us have heard of are changing music history.
Or is this the band here?
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing. We were talking before the break, the idea of who are where are the Rolling Stones or the Pistols or the Clash or of now. But they are probably there.
There's a lot of bands that are. Canada has this amazing scene right now that's just on fire. And
I refuse to believe that. Right
I know. There's they kind of started the new classic rock, if you will, and that will. For example, bands like Monster Truck and even like down south, like Blackberry Smoke, and they're awesome bands. And these are
we talking about a new Rush?
Yeah, well, not Rush. More of the dirty, grindy rock that we know and love from back in the day. But they're newer bands today. You got the Sheepdogs too, same deal.
But I wonder how much of it was about, because I remember when I was about 15 when punk first hit. I was 15 in 1977, so 14, 15 years old when it all started to kick off. And it was about music, but it wasn't really about music. It was really about I think it was about, for British people at that time, it was about civil unrest. There was a 3-day work week. There was a garbage strike. The country was a mess. And, you had bands like Zeppelin singing about madrigals and Stairways to Heaven, and the reaction was very viciously against that, but it wasn't just about music, it was about energy and vitality. So when the Pistols hit, and the Damned, which is the first punk record I ever heard, when I heard Neat 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 for the first time, I was like, this is like this is like a fight in musical form. Whatever this is, I'm in.
They're actually going on tour this year.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I never got it, I'm the hand-me-down generation, so
Right.
I want to go. I want to go check them out.
No, look, I had them on the late night show. I had the Damned on, I had the Buzzcocks on, I had the Pistols on, I would have had the Clash on if Joe hadn't fucking taken an early bath.
That was so kick-ass too, man.
Yeah, it was great to have these bands on, and it was fantastic, but it was also a little strange, because what happened was I became friendly with Jonesy, who played guitar with the Pistols, and who's a lovely man, very, very sweet human being. And when the Pistols were getting back together, one of the times, they were playing at the Roxy, and he called me up and he said, "Hey, I've been talking to Lydon, and we want you to come and introduce us for the first concert back at the Roxy. Will you do it?" And I said, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah, who's going to say no to that?
Yeah, and he said, "When is it?" And it turned out I couldn't do it because I was doing a corporate gig in Vegas for T-Mobile. You want to talk about self-hate when you walk on to a corporate gig in Vegas to the smell of warm lobster, and sales reps going, "Oh yeah, entertain us."
Oh man!
And when I could, and then I was complaining about it to Jonesy, and he said, "No, we was just doing it for the money as well, so it's all right." But it's kind of an odd thing, because the first wave of punk was not. It was also, it was Malcolm McLaren, it was Vivienne Westwood, it was a whole thing.
Right. I mean, it had to be. It was tied into. I mean, they were fashion people, and they were provocateurs, and they were sociologists in a way. I mean, Malcolm certainly fancied himself a kind of a manipulator. And,
the Pistols were. Malcolm put the Pistols together to sell leather trousers.
Right.
That's what that was. I mean, so it kind of. You know that in the Great Rock and Roll Swindle in the movie where he said, when did you realize, what was it, when did you realize it was a swindle, or the rock and roll was a swindle? He said, when Elvis joined the army.
Oh, man.
Which is kind of, but every now and again, I don't know, I mean, you're around rock and roll more than, every now and again you get around some rock and roll and you think, oh no, it still really is alive, it really is a counterculture, it really is a world which doesn't follow the rules.
For every generation that comes out, there's got to be a rebellion somewhere, because that's the fuel to creativity and the artistry and everything that goes with it. I mean, you think about like Generation X and the grunge scene, and everything was built on angst. I feel the actual angst came from 1977 and that whole thing, with the punk scene and the Pistols and the Clash and everybody alike. I mean, I think that's where Generation X kind of, mirrored their angst, if you will, where it came into the creative side of things.
Doesn't it feel strange, though, to look back? I don't know how into the, the Gen X bands and the grunge bands you were at the time, but that felt so artificial and so manipulated. Not that the bands weren't doing it because they wanted to do it, but the idea of that all being...
The packaging of it all.
and lumped into a single category. And, I mean, you could tell how much they resented...
They hated it.
Yeah.
Especially Kurt Cobain.
Sure.
Especially Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, all those guys.
Yeah.
But they've kind of existed beyond it, though. I mean, these bands
they outlasted that moment.
I mean, there is, if you look at what was happening when the Beatles were coming out, it was Jerry and the Pacemakers and Freddie and the Dreamers. And, it was like, ping, 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 and the little diddy-dee, and the pop diddy-doo-doo. There was tons of that shit. And, of course, the Beatles go to India, and, and things go, things take a ride. I mean, it happens to be, there's a bunch of French impressionists, they're all painting the same thing, and then some mad bastard draws two eyes on the, I mean, it's like, it kind of, I think real artists, no matter what, will transcend any of those, flame ups, if you like, these explosions, but I think it's harder to see that, I think these movements are fuel young artists, and I don't see that right now because their art is too available too quickly. Like you fail publicly right away. Like if you play a bad gig as a band in 1977, doesn't matter. Who saw it? 10 people, you know. You put out, one bad, I don't know, you put a bad joke out on YouTube, you sing a song that people get upset about, you know, and it's like you don't have an album, you don't have any impetus, you don't have any time to fail. It's not that they're
it's instant gratification.
Right. It's not like they're less talented. Of course they're not. Young people aren't any less talented than they ever were. You're just going to them too quickly.
Right.
You're trying to take their. That's why I'm now not going downtown to find a band, because they have to. There was that thing that they were doing. One of the big agencies in Hollywood were taking these YouTube comedians. Who did the funny little bits on YouTube, and they took them out on the road to college campuses, and of course these are kids that have done 3 jokes in their bedrooms on YouTube, and then they get 40 million hits, and they're billionaires, and then they go on tour and they get savaged by a live audience,
and they fall down and die because they went from entry level right to the top without the journey to really.
Right, and they're not less talented. I think that the lie that old shits like me like to tell ourselves is that they're less talented, but they're not less talented. They just haven't had time to do the process.
Right.
And I think that there may be. I think the challenge for a young artist now, whether it's a musician or a writer or a comedian, would be to protect yourself from the Borg that's fucking waiting outside your door the minute you do a song. It's like, it's like you write one song, you're 9 now. I like making that
was
noise.
Really good. Yeah. Who knew you could do that?
But I didn't know I could do it. But I think now that I represent the establishment, it seems to make sense.
Do you think, though, that's, I mean, if you're, 17, 18 years old and you're looking to express yourself, I mean, is music even the thing that you're going to turn to? Are you going to, pick up a guitar or write lyrics, or are you going to, is that even the sort of the medium that frustrated young teen who's maybe looking to, meet some girls and just, have fun? Is that the route that they're gonna go?
Maybe not. I mean, I think when Les Paul invents the electric guitar, maybe it's the same as when. I don't know, who was it that put turntables together? Africa Bambaataa? Was it? I mean, who?
Let's give him the credit for that.
Larry Levine back in the day, and
I mean, whoever it was that made that maybe that's
Grandmaster Flash,
right? I mean, that maybe that's now and maybe there's something else coming.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, is internet the punk rock now? I mean, is that what somebody making? I mean, you're talking about YouTube videos, or Snapchat, or Snapchat, it feels to me like the first real technological innovation that I have completely missed out on. I do not understand in the slightest.
That happens more and more and more. I mean, it's one of the horrible effects of aging, which I'm now like. Now when stuff comes out, it's no longer that I feel that it gets by me. I don't care.
Right.
Like you say, there's a new thing called, Twinkle. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, now what you do is you put up a thing and it does a thing and then that's the thing. I'm like, I genuinely, it's not like I'm frightened or I feel like I would look foolish. I genuinely don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I've got 12 billion whoopsie followers. Good for you, man. That's great. And it's made me a millionaire. Good for you too. Because it's like, what is it? Ry Cooder. I don't even like Ry Cooder, but there's a Ry Cooder song that I love, that I think is one of the most punk rock things I've ever heard, which is weird because it's Ry Cooder and he's not punk rock at all, but he is rock and roll and he is a great guitar. But the lyric, which is the very thing that makes them rich will make you poor. And I think the idea of buying into the point system fucks you as an artist. It fucks you. It fucked me in late night. It fucked me in when I was a young comedian. It fucked me as a musician. Every time I make a mistake, it's because I buy the swindle. I buy the swindle that the money or the kudos is going to make you better. And guess what? It will not save you.
No, it won't. Definitely not, because you can't betray yourself if you.
Well, you can, but it doesn't work.
No, it's not.
You get
it's not going
cash,
to work
and cash is good, but it doesn't work.
If you look, bottom line is, if you betray yourself at the end of the day, you're going to lose everything anyway, because this is all based on the genuine article.
Yeah.
So if you sell yourself out, then you have nothing.
There was a time recently that I've felt. I mean, sometimes doing stand up, you still feel it. Like when you walk out and the crowd is like fucking, and there's kind of a little bit of like during the run up to the election, I was playing a gig in Chicago and a fight broke out in the Chicago theater between this is a Chicago theater. This is like people, you know, like, oh well, we'll go to for dinner and then we'll go to the theater.
Just like a sit down,
right? It's big, but a fight broke out in the audience, and I was like, I can't believe how comfortable I am. Like, I love this.
Yeah.
And there was a time, you know, that kind of stand-up kind of does that for me. And when there was, during Festival Supreme, Jack Black does a thing called Festival Supreme once a year in LA, and all these bands and comics and all of that. And Tenacious D were doing a 30-minute jazz set, which was not really jazz at all, but it was funny, and it was really good musicians. And I went out to sing a song. And I went out, as I was doing this song with Tenacious D, and the audience is moving all that, and you're like, oh yeah, this is what it's for. And you forget that. And I wonder if the same thing exists, like, let's go to you first, Dave. What in your job gives you that feeling? What about, you know, when you see your name in a byline in the New York Times, is that it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the sort of getting some kind of piece of information first that you know people are going to be interested in, and being able to communicate that quickly. And I won't lie, I mean, there is that sense of, you know, as I was saying before, getting to have it first, you know, being the person to break the story, or you got the good interview and everybody else is just going to be following you for the day and, you know, cutting and pasting your quotes from your story.
Right.
And you get to, you know, own that little split second of the news cycle before they move on to whatever else is happening. That's where the adrenaline comes from. That's not necessarily the reason for doing the job, but I won't lie that can be satisfying when you see that you've either written something that caught on, or you got a piece of information out there that nobody knew until you told them.
So what you did is you became who you had in mind, right?
Interesting way of putting it, but yeah.
What about you, Raven?
I feel, I mean, for me, the most satisfying thing about this whole gig is when, you know, a listener comes up to me and says, you turn me on to this band, and I love them, and it's the rush, it's the thrill of getting into new music. And for me, you know, if I put a smile on someone's face in such a form, money doesn't buy that. It was never about the money,
right?
You know.
And I think that you're both describing a very similar experience. And I think that, you know, for Joe, clearly it's, you know, being the front end of the horse, and for me,
oh yeah, since I was a kid.
But I think that's what it is. It's that you are who you had in mind. Like, because every now and again, I will do something in my life, and I'll go, oh yeah, this is what I had in mind. And every now and again, probably more often, I'll do stuff and I'm like, this is not what I had in mind, and I must stop doing this. You know, there were times, particularly towards the end of late night, where I would be asking someone I genuinely couldn't remember their name, having introduced them, you know, 30 seconds previously, would now say, you know, and on the show you guys do, I don't care what you do. And it's not that I dislike you or there's anything wrong with what you're doing. In fact, there's nothing wrong at all with what you're doing. Good for you. I'm not doing what I had in mind. I got to stop.
Yeah. Is that why you tore up your show notes all the time? I love that you did that.
Yeah, because that was kind of like, ask this question. No, fuck it. You ask the fucking question. Yeah. And what happened was, more and more, I realized that they weren't going to fire me. And if they're not going to fire, eventually I was going to have to either die or quit. And I really like my family, so I thought, okay, then I got to quit. But and then, you know, what happens is you panic. And I did a game show, and there would be times when I would be saying, you've won $20,000. And sometimes in my head I'd be thinking, this is not what I had in mind. And other times I think, get over yourself, you wise ass. It's cheap, easy, fun television, and all these people are nice.
Yeah.
You know,
it's still, you get to be around people that are enjoying what they're doing.
Right.
It brings satisfaction to the people that are watching it.
It's okay, but you can't do it all the time. There has to be some of it for you.
Yeah. It's better than digging a ditch, though, right?
It absolutely is. Except sometimes digging a ditch is what you need to do.
Yes.
And I swear to God, last summer, I was in Scotland. I have a house in Scotland, and I was sitting around, and I was gaining weight and growing. I was getting fatter and fatter and hairier and hairier. And my wife ordered, and I swear to God, this is true, she ordered 7 tons of gravel to be delivered, then put on the driveway, and then said, here, put that on the driveway. And I did. I got a fucking shovel, and I moved 7 tons of gravel.
Did it put you in shape?
No, I did it in a day.
Oh, wow.
But it was only spreading gravel, but it kind of turned a corner for me. I was like, yeah, sometimes you just do something. Just do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be, I'm going to write the first line of the novel now. It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking. No, it's not quite right. You know what I mean? It's like some days, just dig the fucking day.
I have to vacuum. If I have something on my mind, I need to vacuum.
I think that's great.
Let me tell you something. Greatest therapy in the world, vacuuming. That and hitting the ride.
Yeah,
Harley D.
Hitting the Harley D.
Yeah.
You are very rock and roll. That's very impressive. What kind of bike do you have?
I don't. I'm passenger only because I've yet to get my license.
Oh, you don't need a license. You're a rock and roller.
Right?
Get a fucking bike. In fact,
the license.
Steal a bike.
That's it.
Steal a bike. I've stopped riding bikes because I had an accident on a bike, and now it wasn't even that bad. I was like a collarbone and 3 ribs, which in bike terms it's a light
paper cut.
graze.
Yeah.
But
That would turn me off of it right away.
It does.
Well, it either turns you off completely or you get back on immediately, so you won't.
I got back on, but it wouldn't go away.
It's not the same.
It's
no,
not
it isn't.
The same.
They say it makes you a better, rider on the bike, though.
Yeah, I was never interested in being good. I was more interested in having fun, and I think that's true of life. I was never interested in being that good. I was more interested in having fun. And being good at anything kind of came as a kind of byproduct of having fun.
You know what? Life is not a dress rehearsal. Make it count.
Yeah. I mean, it's back to that whole Keith Richards thing. I don't think there's at any point he thinks, I don't want to be doing this. Keith, you have to play guitar again today. All right, I'll do it. You have to play that song you wrote when you were 17. I don't mind, it's a good song. And I don't know about that if I was a musician. I don't know if I could, like when I remember when the Who were doing the Super Bowl, I was thinking, oh God, it's like watching my grandpa play the spoons. It's awful. And I like them, but.
It's like a song you love, but you just can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, there you go.
Soft and sweet and young and lovely. It's a girl from... did you ever like Kraftwerk? Do you like Kraftwerk?
I do. I like their more modern stuff.
Yeah, I love Kraftwerk, man. I love all that. I think they're... What about you? Into Kraftwerk?
No, I mean, I would much rather listen to you do Kraftwerk. If all their albums sounded like you doing their songs, I'd find it that much more listenable.
Well, I think that
I appreciate what they contributed to the form.
I think that then they really did.
Yeah.
The Kraftwerk Tangerine Dream. That's a whole kind of.
I love it. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then Jean-Michel Jarre, all that whole kind of weird electronic stuff that came in from the side, all kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
And huge influence on where EDM was pretty much trance back in 1998, and it just fueled that fire into what EDM is today.
And also shout out to a New Yorker, Moby, as well.
Yeah.
Huge difference as well. I see him quite often now, and I'm like, God, that's so funny. He's still a very active, talented musician, but when you know someone, it disappears in a weird way. And I remember thinking that about Jonesy. He's a guitarist with the Sex Pistols, but he's that bloke. Oh yeah, that bloke. And the legend disappears for you.
The rock star that you fell in love with is starting to diminish.
Well,
now they
in
become
Jonesy's
the person.
case, not diminish at all. It's expanding to now be the size of the entire band. Although I think he's on the other side of that now.
Oh yeah,
he was up here recently too.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, he's a very cool guy. He's so dirty. I nearly said something. I thought, no, you'd get mad if I told that story, so I'm not going to tell. But he's the real deal, though.
Is he?
Yeah, I think all of those guys are. I think that the trouble is, I think what's sad is when you see people trying to hang on to a period of time.
Yeah.
If you wear it lightly, like I think Jonesy's trying to be, 20 years old in the Sex Pistols. It lives his life. But when you see people who are trying to hold on to it, you see mostly, I think it's actors actually that try and hold on to that moment when
Absolutely.
it all hit. And then, like, dyeing their eyebrows. And
I was just thinking about, like, who looks too pulled and, like, collagen and all this stuff. And, look, age sucks, but,
It does, but it also...
You can do it gracefully, too.
Well, you can do it disrespectfully. You can do it like Picasso or Keith Richards.
Yeah.
I always think the idea... I've decided that I'm going to get more and more tattoos as I get older. Because at a certain point, I know I'm not going to be applying for a job in a bank.
Well, how many do you have so
I have
far?
about 5 or 6 right now, I think. It's getting to a point where I'm not entirely sure.
Which is good.
And I'm going to keep going with that. And, at a certain point, people say, oh, that's going to look terrible when you're old. And I'm like, and so will I.
Yeah.
And it'll all fold in together. Margaret Cho actually got me into it, who's someone I think is a fabulous artist at keeping going in an odd way.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, she's not going to get any plastic surgery, but she's going to get tattooed completely all over, and she's almost her whole body.
Yeah, well, she has serious ink going on.
Yeah, I know.
What got her wanting to do that?
She said it was her way of combating the aging process. It was like it felt like moving in a more disrespectful disreputable direction.
Yeah.
Then you see, I thought. When I got to about 50, I would start playing golf. And certainly I've played golf a bit. But I think really it's about more tattoos. More tattoos. And kind of, you're right. I mean, it's a short time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so short.
Yeah. It does give you like a weird feeling of like a sense of control over your body. It's sort of like, this is something that I decided to put there,
right?
And it didn't come with me, but now it's.
Do you
there.
have any?
Yeah, I have two. And one of them is of Sid Vicious, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I don't, actually.
That surprises me because you look like a woman who's in need of a tattoo.
I love them, but for me, I just can't make a decision. I'd be too indecisive about
then
what I want.
get one put where you won't see it.
I actually went the body piercing route.
Okay,
Whoa.
yeah, that's
me as well.
But and I had a tongue ring.
Well, Joe, we've all agreed it would be pointless with Joe because hair would grow over the tattoo immediately.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It'd be like a bear getting a tattoo. There would be absolutely no point whatsoever.
Yeah, it would ruin it.
Who was it that was talking about tattooing their head and growing their hair over it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it Joe Walsh? Was it Joe Walsh? No. It was somebody
we've
on
done 4 weeks and we can't remember.
We can't remember people,
things.
Joe Walsh, by the way, as we're praising great rock stars, that is a great rock and roll story.
Absolutely.
How recently did you see him?
Joe was on the show last week.
Last week,
yeah.
Did he give you any? I mean, he participated in those sessions that McCartney and Ringo Starr just did.
Yeah.
Was he able to tell you anything about that?
They happened.
Right.
He's now Ringo's brother-in-law. And Catherine Bach, or Barbara Bach, one of the Bachs, anyway, the Bach sisters are married to Joe and Ringo Starr,
right.
So they're all family now. And McCartney hates me because of that thing I used to do in late night, which was really a stupid thing to do.
With Angela Lansbury?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're not, because I used to show the picture of Angela Lansbury and say it was Paul McCartney, or show Paul, and I didn't think about it. And then I was introducing Katy Perry at the Grammys, and he was sitting at the front row and he was shooting me daggers. And I went, oh crap, Paul McCartney thinks I'm a douche, and there's no way back.
No.
So the next day on the show, I did it again because there was no way back.
And once a Beatle hates, you just commit.
What's the point? Yeah, what's the point? Oh, we have to wrap it up. They're doing the wrap it up. Listen, I've thoroughly enjoyed the show this evening.
It's a great show.
This is the best show on radio, except for Howard, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're scared of Howard.
Yeah, but besides Howard, this show
The
and
number
this
two, the number two, it is actually the number 2 radio show in the world.
in the world.
Except for your show, Raven, obviously,
Oh.
and Howard's show.
Yeah.
So we're the number 3 radio show. Dave, do you have a radio show?
No, but
You know, actually, this is you can fucking have one on the way out. They're giving them away here if you're interested.
Yeah, we can hook you up.
Yeah, you can.
I'm fine with the Diet Coke. That was plenty kind of
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have both. They're not mutually exclusive. My thanks to David Itzkoff. My thanks to Raven. Just Raven.
Yeah.
Just
All
right.
right, I like that. My
Thanks.
thanks to Malibu Joe Bolter, the hairiest non-tattooed man in
And our
show
thanks
business.
to you, Craig Ferguson.
Thank you. And our thanks, you know who else we should thank? SelectBlinds.com.
Yes.
And who else?
Who else did we have today? We had the life box or something. We had box. The box.
The life box.
Memory box.
Memory box.
Some box.
Oh God, they'll
Just
pull
boxes.
out now. We've
And
disrespected
it's Steve and
them.
Dan who are in here with us. And
Steve
have
and
been
Dan,
with
who
us
are,
the whole
and all of you for listening. And remember this: you're the only one I care about. All the rest of them, they mean nothing to me. See you later.